Boom, we are rolling. What's going on, guys? Welcome in, take a seat and get comfortable. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day so far. Excuse me, it's great to have you all here. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. So, on today's video, we're going to be checking out a band called Throne of Exile, and specifically, we're going to be checking out their brand new track, which came out 3 days ago, which is called Scriptures. So, been a fan of these guys for a couple of years now. Featured them heavily on the channel. Let me actually just look up how many reactions I've actually done for these guys. Let me see. Okay, so I did a reaction for I've done reactions for their EP, which was called Dimensions Adrift. Also did a reaction to one of the singles off that, which was called Extraction. And then I did a reaction to their first batch of new singles, which was called Misdirect, which was really, really good. Then I did a reaction about 3 weeks ago for their track called The Atlas Dream, which we're actually going to check out just to get everyone up to speed just before we check out Scriptures. Obviously I've listened to everything these guys have done a bunch of times, wrote down a bunch of notes, but I went I described those notes in quite a lot of detail on it was either the reaction for Misdirect or the Atlas Dream. I'm pretty sure it was Misdirect. So if you want to hear a bit more of a breakdown of their style and what they do and you know what they've added to their music, go and check out one of those. Go check one of those videos out. They've very heavy on the progressive metal side of things. The latest wrinkle to their game is that they've added like clean vocals, and a kind of more. I wouldn't. Do you know what? You know what the best idea is? Let's actually just play The Atlas Dream. Let's just play that because it's better to actually just listen to what these guys. Please be quiet. It's better to just actually hear for yourself what the new things that these guys have been adding to their sound, rather than me just describing it. You know, giving a kind of an approximation. I don't usually actually pull the. I usually just let the music do the talking, but I'm actually going to pull over the music video for The Atlas Dream because it is really something. So this is to get everyone up to speed, just so we know what these guys have what these guys have been up to, and then we'll get on to Scriptures.
Glenn, answer the phone.
All right. Hello?
That section coming up there, not the kind of like almost blackened, like almost like kind of like deathcore sound and stuff. This section coming up now, I don't quite know how to describe it. I don't want to call it silly. I don't want to call it light-hearted. It's just got a particular vibe to it. So I thought may as well actually just play it rather than trying to loosely describe it. So, like if you go and listen to their excuse me, their earlier stuff, you'll hear a lot of you'll hear sections where you're like, oh yeah, okay, right, cool, that sounds like Throne of Exile. But what they've been able to do with just adding in those kind of like more sillier, like light-hearted sections. I still can't quite come up with the right words to describe what exactly was going on there. But the keyboard is just kind of like that silly look on his face playing the keyboard is just absolutely fantastic. They added in some like proper cleans on I think it was Misdirect as well. Was it Misdirect? Yeah, that came out about 5 months ago. Yeah, they added some cleans on there, which I really, really liked. I've got a feeling we're going to hear some cleans on Scriptures. I can't quite describe why. I guess Scriptures sounds like a track that might have some cleans on it. Anyway, I think I'm just talking shit at this point. Let's get into it. Throne of Exile, Scriptures.
Day
I love me some Throne of Exile. I really, really do. Okay. Most of the time what happens when a band releases a bunch of songs back to back to back, I mean, I think that's 3 songs in about 6 months, give or take. Maybe a little bit more than that, a little bit less, but 5-6 months. Usually what happens with me, personally, is that they release the first song, which is really, really great. And then the second one is usually not bad, but not as great as the first one. And then the third one's really, really good. Or the second one isn't quite, the second one's really good, but then the third one isn't quite as like good. Not in terms of not that it's like a bad song, but there's just kind of like it's just kind of maybe just a little bit more standard. Not in this case, Throne of Exile at their absolute best. I can't choose between those 3 songs. I think it's the Atlas Dream. I think that's my favorite out of the 3 songs that they've released so far. But each of the songs has got interesting qualities to it that help it stand out. There isn't a kind of like standard Throne of Exile filler track that they've thrown out just for the sake of releasing something. Yeah. I'm really, really impressed with what Throne of Exile are doing. How they're kind of progressing their sound. They're keeping it still quite familiar. There was a little throwback there to the last track on Dimensions Adrift, which I think might have actually been called Dimensions Adrift. Now that I think about it, still very, like the guitars haven't changed a massive amount, the bass hasn't changed, the songwriting hasn't changed a massive amount, but they've just added more stuff on just to keep it interesting, which is really, really cool. Let's get into some bits here. So first off, I just want to play the intro. That's how you start a song. So that's just a great way to start a song. Really, really, really good. These fast sections coming up, this is a new wrinkle as far as I'm aware for Throne of Exile. I don't think there was anything. This sounds almost like deathcore. I wouldn't exactly say it's full deathcore, but it's got kind of a deathcore fast section vibe to it. Let's check it out. Yeah, it really works for these guys. Just helps. It means that they can still be Throne of Exile, but they can be Throne of Exile 2.0 basically. Just adding new shit into their games. Very, very, very cool. Next section. Weird rhythm to it. Down, 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 down. Interesting. Interesting songwriting. Very, 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 very interesting. Nothing standard going on here, and I love that kind of like futuristic-y space station sound, like sci-fi movie like sound effects that they've got going on in the background there. They're not just going the kind of glitchy digital route that a lot of bands are doing. They're adding in some real kind of like interstellar travel style like sounds. It's the only way I can describe it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I absolutely love it. Next section coming up now. I thought that was going to be the only clean vocals we were going to get, to be honest, with clean vocals layered with like the kind of very very Throne of Exile style mids. I thought that was the only cleans we were going to get, but boy was I wrong. And then this instrumental section here is just absolutely blissful. Right. That kind of very gravelly like narration style of vocal. Pretty sure they did that on Dimensions Adrift. I might look for it. I don't know. I might not. Let's just play it. See if I get inspired. Love what they're doing with the cleans. Higher register, but not nasally and kind of weak, whiny, like kind of like just like the worst version of emo that you can think of style vocals. Like higher register, but actually just like pretty beautiful. Okay, next section coming up. So here we go with the kind of warp drive sound effects again, which I actually absolutely just love. I know these guys haven't been around for that long, so saying saying classic Throne of Exile might be slightly stupid, but that just sounds so much like they made those very similar noises on Dimensions Adrift. Just terrific. Just really, really, really goddamn terrific. Now I'm going to spend maybe a minute here, and I'll see if I can find this bit that reminded me of the bit that I was just talking about. Hold on. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to find that. Let me see if I can find the corresponding bit in scriptures. Okay, so here's scriptures. And then here's the bit on apparition. Yeah. See, this is why it's worth taking all this time to research these bands so heavily instead of just doing a 6 and maybe 10-minute reaction video where the guy just loses his mind and dives around a little bit. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's cool, it's helping the scene and stuff, but really taking the time to research the bands, to go back, to listen to everything, to note things down, to listen to it again, to take more notes. You pick up cool things like that. Those two sections are so similar sounding, but it's not like it's not like they just ran out of ideas and they were like, oh fuck it, let's just do something from Apparition. Why not? We'll just throw that in there for some reason. It's just nice to be able to notice those things. That's why I like to take my time with these reaction videos a little bit, because we've almost been going like a half hour here for I don't know how long was Scriptures was like a 5-minute video, so it's totally worth it just to notice cool little bits like that. But yeah, I fucking love Throne of Exile. They've I love the sound. I love the mix. I love the new things that they've added in. I love the spacey style ambience that they create. Love the vocals, the bass, the guitar. I love the fact that they're able to go kind of like surprisingly heavy, and then silly, and then also actually quite like serene and beautiful and expansive. And they sometimes do that like all within like the same song. Really, really good stuff. Yeah. can't speak highly enough about Throne of Exile. Yeah, great job, boys. As per usual, fantastic job. So, if you scroll down, you will find a link to the video that we just watched, which it was not on Slam Worldwide. They've actually hooked up with a YouTube channel called The Circle Pit, which I very, very much recommend. You'll find a link to that. You'll find links to where you can buy the band's merch. Buying merchandise is a really, really good way of supporting bands. The best thing you can do is actually get along to see them live, and these guys are from New Jersey, I think. So it's going to. I'm in Scotland. It's going to be pretty difficult for me to just go over to New Jersey for a weekend just to see a band play, which would be amazing, but just it's not practical, So if you can't actually get out to see them, buying merchandise really, really helps. You'll find links to social medias, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, whatever else they've got. And you'll also find links to where you can stream all their music. Just do whatever you can to support these guys. Just go like all their posts on Instagram and on Facebook. Follow them on follow, subscribe, whatever it's called. Hit the bell for notifications, leave them a comment, help them out with the algorithm, help them get noticed, share, buy some merchandise if you can. I know times are tough, cost of living and all that, I know things are kind of crazy, but if you really want to support these guys, buying some merchandise would really help them out. Get their streaming numbers up, stream it on Spotify, stream it on Apple, just wherever, at a Bandcamp, wherever else, to just get those numbers up, because that really helps them as well. It means that promoters will there's a chance that a promoter's going to notice them more if they've got bigger streaming numbers. So just yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just do whatever you can, because I love these guys. I really, really do. An absolute breath of fresh air. And I'm hoping that we're going to get a full-length album coming out in the not too distant future. But an EP would do. Thought it was an emergency. It's not. An EP would do just as great. So one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Throne of Exile, Scriptures. An absolute pleasure to listen to. Take it easy. Thank you very much for joining me. Always a pleasure, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.